let's dive into the molecular science behind making a homemade pizza. We'll explore how yeast works, how the molecules interact, and how all the magic happens.
All right. So, could you explain to me how does the molecular process happen while I'm making the dough?
Absolutely. So, when you're making the dough, one of the key players is yeast. Yeast is a microorganism, and its scientific name is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. It's made up of elements like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and a bit of nitrogen. When you mix yeast with sugar and warm water, it starts to metabolize the sugar, producing carbon dioxide and alcohol. This process is called fermentation. The carbon dioxide gets trapped in the dough, making it rise and giving it that fluffy texture. So it's a pretty fascinating process.
All right, thank you. I was really hoping that you would bring up the fermentation. All right. So, could you explain to me why do I add why do I add olive oil on top of all of the dough when it's set?
Absolutely. Adding olive oil serves a couple of purposes. First, it helps to create a barrier that keeps the dough from drying out, so the surface stays nice and soft. Second, it adds a bit of flavour and helps with the texture as the dough rises. And finally, it can also help with the crust, making it a bit crispier when you bake it. So it's a small addition that makes a big difference.
Okay, very good. I was hoping, because I was a little confused on that too. Now let's get to the part of making the pizza sauce. I made this purely from scratch. All right, so I did a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. I did 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. I did some basil, some oregano. No, I don't know. Maybe oregano. You tell me if I'm wrong, okay? And I did some... What else did I do? Could you tell me what else I put?
That sounds delicious so far. Typically, pizza sauce includes a bit of garlic, some salt, a touch of sugar to balance the acidity, and maybe a splash of olive oil. If you want a bit of depth, sometimes a bit of onion powder or red pepper flakes can be nice. But sounds like you're on the right track.
So could you explain to me, when I was also talking to you earlier, you told me that the best idea was to put the garlic in with the olive oil and let it sit in a small container and stirred around for a little bit. Could you explain why you made me do that?
Absolutely. So when you mix garlic with olive oil and let it sit, the flavours infuse into the oil. This helps to mellow out the raw intensity of the garlic and gives the oil a really nice, rich flavour. Plus it helps the garlic blend more evenly into the sauce, giving you a more consistent taste. It's a simple step, but it really makes a difference.
All right, could you explain exactly what happens during the cooking process of the sauce?
Sure, when you cook the sauce, a few things happen. First, the heat helps to blend all the flavours together. The tomatoes break down and become smoother, and the acidity mellows out a bit. The herbs, like basil and oregano, release their essential oils, which intensifies the flavour. And if you've got garlic in there, it softens and sweetens as it cooks. And the olive oil also helps to carry all those flavours, making the sauce rich and well-rounded. So it's a lovely little transformation.
All right, well, thank you. I have one last thing. Can you do a quick summary of the entire molecular process of this pizza in under a minute?
Absolutely. Let's do it. So when making pizza, the yeast in the dough feeds on sugar and produces carbon dioxide and alcohol, which makes the dough rise and become fluffy. Adding olive oil helps keep the dough moist and adds flavour. For the sauce, the tomatoes break down with heat. The garlic and herbs infuse their flavours, and the olive oil carries all that goodness. And there you have it. Delicious pizza with a solid molecular foundation.
All right, thank you so much. You might have helped me just pass this assignment. A lot. Thank you.
You're so welcome. I'm really glad I could help out. I'm sure you'll do great on your assignment. If you need any more help, just let me know.
All right, thank you.
We love you, Mr. Olkers.